Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, June 28th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I let go into my natural flow. And that is going to be the key to working with the energy today. So we have the moon in Virgo, and I want to start with this foundation because the moon in Virgo really is our reality foundation of our physical body. So your physical body is going to have a lot of clues for you today about how to naturally move in and through your flow. Show up for you. Honor your body, listen to its signals. Remember, this is your virtual reality interpreter. So it's interpreting everything that's going on, body, mind, spirit, soul, and putting it into a package that you can then listen to, which is your physical body. So listen in as the moon is bringing our attention to this, our emotional attention specifically to this, because we really are working strongly with emotions as the sun is in Cancer. And not just the sun in Cancer, we have Mercury and Mars in Cancer. So Mercury and Mars are conjunct each other in Cancer. They're working together. So I like to say, in case you haven't heard me ever say this, planets are like kids. So you get one planet or one kid and it's like, oh, it's a noisy thing. And then another one comes along, you're like, how many children are there in a room? Because it's just two of them, but it feels like a lot. That's how the planets enhance each other. They amp each other up. So Mercury, mental processing of the emotional energy, is alongside Mars. Mars, that aggression and passion. We may feel like we really need to express the aggression. We may really need to express the passion. We do really need to express the emotions that are coming up within us today. Ultimately, the key to releasing some of these old suppressive energies is taking off the masks, taking off the, oh, I'm okay energies, and being like, I gotta feel. You've gotta be able to allow yourself to feel in order to get into this soul source center. I mean, it's good. It's ultimately good energy, but you definitely may feel, you may feel the imbalance. It's funny because this Mercury-Mars connection is actually happening at 15 degrees, which is a 6. And 6 energy is about balance, peace, and harmony. But, sometimes in order to get that balance, you get thrown off of balance. Imagine standing in tree pose, which is a one-legged pose in yoga. Sometimes you're a little swaying in the breeze like a tree in order to find that moment of balance. So you may get thrown a little off balance in and through this. If you're getting pushed off balance through this, chances are it's because there's this heavy rope, there's this heavy energy that's wanting to come out and be expressed. I let go into my natural flow. Allow this expression to happen. Now I say when we are allowed to express, it's never about putting it on somebody, although you may need to express yourself to somebody. But take responsibility for your energy that's coming up and through this. Take responsibility for your part in this. I recommend checking out our GPS because we talked a lot about personal responsibility. Now, there's another piece to this component of this responsibility thing. We have Venus today, Venus in conjunct Saturn. So in conjunct is we're not really seeing eye to eye, we're not really playing a tug of war energy, but really I don't really understand your perspective. So we have Saturn retrograde in Sagittarius, working through our beliefs, working through our truths. We have Venus holding space in Taurus right now, working on our worth. So chances are this place where we're not seeing eye to eye is in this place of our worth. We're not really getting to the place where we know ourselves to be this energy, and chances are it's because of some of these beliefs that we have piled onto ourselves over the years. This again is where some of this energy may need to come up and be expressed. We have this connection happening at 23 degrees. That's a 5. So that's Mercury. It's mental, but it needs to be expressed in order to be processed. Now what I love is this is not interacting in any way with this, but we do have Uranus who just moved to 28 degrees. And so Uranus is working Aries, the I am vibration of Aries. See this light that's coming up and down? I'm like, am I being light scanned right now? I don't know if you see this. I don't know what it is. So, okay. Light scanning happening. Yay! Anyways, Uranus working at 28 degrees is working to extract, to liberate our I am vibration. And 28 degrees ties us into the worth component. Again, I think I said this yesterday, but I reiterate, Be humble, for you are made of dirt. Be noble, for you are made of stars. You've got to realize and recognize both parts of yourself. And I would also say, be noble, for you're made of dirt. Be humble, for you're made of stars. Take that both ways. Find the balance in it, but keep coming back to the beauty that you are essentially at the core, at the heart of you. All right. So, not seeing eye to eye, we've got some of these old energies that we have to shake off because they're not true. The seven card's a card of illusion. These things that you've held on as truths evident about yourself, they're not true, and they're just holding you back. They're just hindering you, and it's time to stop that racket. That racket that goes on in your mind. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Stop it. You are. You're wonderful. You're worthy. And these next few transits actually deal with the moon. The moon in Virgo, again, bringing it back to the body, bringing it back to reality. The moon actually is meeting up with the sun, with Neptune, with Mars, and with Mercury today. That sun-moon combo is like, be in your flow. Find this flow. We're in 7 degrees today, so finding that flow of that 7 energy. And I'm actually going to show you my yantra card now, because I think this is so important. Preservation, square. Balance. Oh, we talked about balance too. Find your natural rhythm between rest and activity and allow ample time for both. To really be in your flow, you've really got to find your personal rhythm to move you through today. And your personal rhythm will be affected by these transits. The Virgo part may be like, no, I can keep doing this, I can do the things, but that's Virgo when it's stuck here. We want the Virgo that's connecting to the body, that's saying, okay, I can take a rest, I can take a 10-minute break to smell the flowers, to breathe, to revitalize myself, to process all that's coming up. Now, I love the Moon and Virgo connection with Neptune. I always love the Moon-Neptune, in Pisces at least, opposition, because I always think it's an opportunity to bring some magic back into this reality moment. Magic, synchronicities, connection. This connection is actually happening at 14 degrees, which is that 5. The universe is communicating with us. It's wanting to bring us some synchronicity. It wants to bring us some confirmation. It wants to bring us some support. And if you watch GPS this week, I feel like there's like a spotlight going over me. It's almost like there's like this spotlight. I'm so distracted by it. It's the spotlight, like if there's outside, like a new movie opening up and they have the spotlights going through. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know if you see this thing, but it's very interesting. Anyways, if you watched our GPS this week, we talked about how you have so much support. Tune into that support. Call in that support to help you manage this flow, to help you release from these energies, to take off these masks, to take off these ties that have bound you, because it's time. The universe is supporting this. And then the moon connecting to Mars and Mercury, connecting into this emotional flow, connecting into this passion that needs to be expressed, this passion that needs to be felt, this passion that needs to be flowed and embraced. And I do feel that there's a little bit of this energy that's being held back. We're not really accessing it because we're still not fully accessing our inner child energy. We're kind of stuck in politics. We're stuck in adult land. It's this. Let's see, which way do we want to go? This is in between this and this. So this is where we're being. This plus this is where we want to go. And all these are fire cards. They're all wands cards. They're all that fire, passion, energy. But what we need to do is put down these ties that we have put in place where we've tried to show up where society has wanted us to. So as the moon goes through and connects to both Mars and Mercury, some of this expression will come up. And chances are you're going to feel it in your body. And you may need to physically feel it to move it. Now I have to tell you, I've been dancing around today between readings, processing my own stuff, and I'm wearing, you can't tell, but I'm wearing like the flowiest thing, and so as I like spin about, it like kind of flows around my ankles, and I feel like it like creates these waves of releasing the energy. I highly encourage that to help you process your way in and through this. But you do really need to communicate it, and whether you're communicating it via paint, via dancing, via speaking, expression, via writing, it needs to be processed because there's much to move through with this energy. And it's going to just help you to do this now, to show up for yourself now in this way. is just going to help you because, like I said, July is like coming in like a wildfire. Like it's got some intense energy that we're going to have to move through. And so show up now, do this work now, just to make it that much easier, that much less layers to go through come July. I also decided to pull a card from the Keepers of the Light to support us. Be like, hey, you're supported, you're being worked with. And I pulled Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Choose to be compassionate for these things. A lot of times, one of the things that we're not compassionate. We're like, well, whatever, I'm a human, I have to go through this. And yeah, you may get to that point, but first you have to be compassionate for the inner child or your inner adult or your inner whatever that's had to move through this energy. Hold that compassion for yourself. Life on this planet is not always easy. There's a lot of beautiful things, but it's definitely not always easy. Hold that compassion. Call in that Kuan Yin support to bring in the magic, the synchronicity, the connection, and the compassion to help move you through this energy. All right, so a few days left in my reading sale. It is $44 for 30 minutes. I'm going to keep that up through Sunday, so now's the time to book that. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.